What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Get a move on.
Yes, my lord.
Velgrynd hadn't concluded her grievances, yet she temporarily pardoned Bright. Her objectives were accomplished. Now, she had two nations complying with her wishes.
Well,
she mumbled to herself.
I suppose I'll address the Great Rozium dynasty next.
Manipulating her communicator, she initiated contact with the Rozium Intelligence Division. However, an interference of some kind blocked the channel that should have functioned.
That's peculiar. Hey, you there. When was the last time you established contact with Great Rozium?
Early this morning,
Hastily replied the official she had singled out.
we maintain regular communication 6 times a day, during the day and evening.
Given the wartime scenario, they kept this line open regardless of time differences. This was an accord among all involved nations designed to expedite negotiations based on the war's state. Normally, it would be employed to formulate armistice terms, but currently, they exchanged intelligence about the Yohma through this hotline. Since their militaries were left unchecked, they needed a firm understanding of current events to explain matters to their citizens.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary until now?
Not particularly, sir.
No progress,
The hesitant official remarked.
but no anomalies either.
Approaching the time for their routine afternoon communication, it seemed implausible that the other side was simply unavailable. Given their commitment to maintaining backup communication equipment, a mechanical malfunction was challenging to envision. As the official contemplated, the possibility of an unfolding emergency appeared reasonable. Amidst the chaos, Velgrynd remained true to herself.
Communications in this world lack the magical manipulation capabilities. It's inevitable that the Yohma are scheming something. And, of course, they have to choose this precise moment when I have important matters to attend to. Quite unfortunate for them, I suppose. Or not. Maybe Ridra's luck is playing a role here. Ah, he never disappoints.
Her mind brimmed with optimism. Indeed, magic in this realm mostly revolved around offensive sorcery and energy-draining curses. Casting spells directly altering the physical laws proved challenging. Crediting Rudra for this seemed excessive. The Akira Sakura in this domain lacked such powers. All of this could be attributed to mere coincidence. To be frank, luck wasn't favoring the phantoms. The moment Velgrynd took an active role, their invasion was practically doomed. Dexterously operating the communicator, Velgrynd initiated the creation of 2 intricate magic circles in the air, each roughly a foot in diameter, casting an eerie glow on her equipment. Transforming her magical force into electronic signals, she transmitted them to the remote receiver in Great Rozium, countering the phantom's jamming and obliterating it instantly. A feat beyond the comprehension of even the master sorcerers in this world, let alone the average person.
Is anyone there? Please respond if you are.
Ah, finally! Mayday, mayday, mayday! The Yohma are attacking the royal palace. They've severed all links with the outside. We thought it was the end.
Don't panic, dear. This is the Empire of Japan's conquest. I won't say we won't help you, but I can't appreciate being asked for favors out of the blue like this.
A valid point that brought clarity to the soldiers from Rozium who heard her response. After a brief discussion, a more composed voice took over the line.
Apologies for our initial alarm. I'm Sergey, Director of the Foreign Intelligence Department of Great Rozium. It pains me to admit, but we seek your support. We've been dispatching messages across Rozium, yet no other response has come through. I apologize, but could you contact the rest of our territories for us?
Sergey outlined that if Velgrynd consented, they would furnish her with codes connecting her to the military bases in Rozium. The royal forces persisted in their resistance, but the Yohma undeniably held the advantage. While the non-combatant population of Rozium had been evacuated, it was evident their hiding places would soon be uncovered. After that, the safety of the royal family couldn't be assured. Hence, Sergey aimed to summon reinforcements from across the nation to secure the royals' safety amid the Yohma's chaos. The fate of Great Rozium hinged on Japan's decision on how to handle the situation. Yet,
Didn't I express my displeasure about being bombarded with these requests?
Wait, if you can assist us.
Calm down, won't you? Your current situation is of no consequence to me. I'm the one setting the terms here, okay?
she dictated her terms to Sergey, refusing to accept any rejection, an act that was undeniably self-centered yet well in line with her character.
But you can't just...
Here are my conditions. We're organizing an international summit to chart the world's future direction, so I want a representative from your royalty or any supreme commander in your nation to attend. Promise me that, and I'll extend my help.
Sergey should have been asking, how? But for some reason, he accepted her assertion at face value. Glancing around the room he occupied, safeguarding the nobility, he pondered.
It's my duty to protect them all, for now.
He recognized the lack of alternatives. Normally, trusting the words of an unknown foreigner would be folly, something he'd never consider. However, at present, even if her offer led to betrayal, it wouldn't avert their downfall.
In terms of risk, believing or not won't make a difference. In the end, I might as well dare to hope for some kind of salvation. I hate involving all the royalty in this chaos, but...
Sergey was poised to commit.
Excuse me, I understand this might seem absurd, but the other party is urging our participation in an international summit. Would it be feasible for you to attend, Your Majesty?
I will agree to it.
The most influential person in the room responded. At the age of 35 and a decade into his reign, Emperor Magellan of the Great Rozium dynasty was a young and ambitious ruler wielding absolute power. His strategic invasion of the Chinese Republic aimed at securing dominance over the northern lands faced opposition within the military ranks, yet his strong will prevailed as the war unfolded. Now confronted with an unimaginable enemy, Magellan grappled with his overwhelming powerlessness. Despite his regret over past decisions, the success he had enjoyed in the initial operation against the Chinese had spiraled into a destabilizing force for his nation. Though he indulged in royal luxuries, Magellan was not an inept ruler. Under normal circumstances, his citizens would tolerate his elegant lifestyle as long as their prosperity was assured. However, the war had shifted priorities. The people sought more arable land and an all-year port for defense, leading to a misguided invasion that backfired, an explosive situation where action and retreat seemed equally unattainable. By the time they realized the Yohma's influence, chaos reigned.
All of this appears foolish now. I should never have listened to that man.
Magellan's once trusted confidant, influenced by the Yohma, had led him toward war. These enigmatic creatures seemed to derive pleasure from manipulating humanity into self-destructive conflicts rather than outright domination, allowing Magellan to survive.
Those Yohma possess formidable power. We stand no chance against them. Even with Pulcinella here, our defeat was inevitable.
Recalling his confidant, now a vessel for the Yohma, mocking him sent shivers down Magellan's spine. To worsen matters, the Mad Priest, his last resort, had also joined the enemy's ranks. Consequently, reports indicated riots in the capital. While the nation was undoubtedly at war, the people's anxiety was understandable. Despite the lack of fighting within Rozium's borders and a stable food supply, unrest prevailed. In the midst of a crisis, instead of quelling, riots continued to escalate, fueled by the phantoms, individuals possessed by unwavering faith in Pulcinella. The Imperial Defense Department alone could no longer ensure the safety of the court. With danger looming both inside and outside the palace, the inevitable capture of all seemed imminent. Bereft of hope, Magellan found himself compelled to acquiesce to the demands of an opposing nation.
Affirmative.
Sergey saluted Magellan before returning to his communication device to engage once more with Velgrynd.
All your conditions are accepted, unfortunately.
Great Rozium was in a state of emergency. While they desired to send their king to a meeting, the circumstances made it seemingly impossible. This was the sentiment Sergey intended to convey. If Japan's offer to assist upon agreeing to the summit indicated the dispatch of reinforcements, there was a slim chance of salvation with swift action. Even if it meant sacrificing his life, Sergey was determined to ensure the survival of the imperial family, the dynasty's symbol. Surprisingly, Velgrynd's commitment to offering aid changed the trajectory of their fate.
Very well. I'm relieved you're not as foolish as my initial impression. I'll create a gate there, so enter through it and come here, understood?
As her words ceased, the air distorted before Sergey and his companions, revealing Velgrynd's location on the other side. It was the dimensional connection, a supernatural ability linking distant places.
No.
Everyone, excluding Velgrynd, shared a moment of shock. The realization of who wielded supreme authority had dawned upon them. Under no circumstances should they incur the wrath of this formidable woman.
Hold on. Why are people from Great Rozium present?
Is this some kind of dream? Ouch.
At least one person was pinching their cheek, grappling with the surreal nature of reality.
I find it unbelievable. Our records mention individuals in the Shinbutsu category capable of performing teleportation magic, but...
Others attempted to decipher the situation, but their cognitive faculties struggled to keep pace. No blame could be assigned. Connecting two spaces so distantly separated was beyond anyone's imagination.
Bringing three nations together in an instant.
Only those with the greatest resilience could comprehend the significance.
My deity,
You truly embody a divine presence.
The personnel at the Foreign Ministry's Intelligence Division were all astounded by Velgryn's prowess and capabilities. At this juncture, nobody dared to oppose her. Even the highest-ranking officials were busy fostering newfound respect for her, no longer hesitant to curry favor if necessary.
That only leaves China. If we have 3 nations agreeing to this summit, it meets the criteria, doesn't it?
Yes, my lady, it does.
All right, so you folks can manage the remaining negotiations for me?
Certainly.
Naturally, no one was foolish enough to decline. The officials staked their pride on successfully negotiating with the Chinese. Velgrynd nodded and directed her attention toward the bewildered leaders from Great Rozium in the room.
So, is this everyone? I apologize, but anyone beyond the room you were just in is beyond my agreement. If we eliminate the Yohma swiftly enough, though, I believe we can save them all.
All they could do was nod eagerly. Not everyone from the imperial court had made it through the rift, but they were more concerned with saving their own lives than those left behind. There was no way to pin the blame on Velgrynd for any of it.
We appreciate your assistance.
Sergey, overcoming his initial confusion, expressed his gratitude. It prompted Magellan to realize he should do the same.
Let me extend my gratitude as well. Once this is resolved, you may claim whatever you desire as a reward.
Velgrynd snorted dismissively, displaying little interest in what he had to offer. Emperor or not, she maintained an equally arrogant demeanor towards them all.
I don't need anything, thank you. I'm sure you can't fulfill my wish anyway. Just assist me with this operation, all right?
We will, indeed. Of course.
Magellan felt a bit irked by the straightforward rejection, but he wasn't petty enough to let it ruffle his composure. In this context, holding the title of Emperor of the Great Rozium dynasty didn't carry significant weight. Even he acknowledged that his continued existence was primarily due to her recognizing his utility.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Chris Guzman, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Justa Guy, Misa LW Hernandez, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Stone Larone, Ray Perez, Jason Martin, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, John Charles, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sankes Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Dirty Old Hobo, Thomas, Jay, Christ, Juan Ignacio, Joshua Cousins, Jose Hernandez, Vethelny, Lunel Scarlett, Khalid, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Chris Jr., Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyras, Alver, Normal Defate, Joshua Andrade, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Echo Ski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Jason Torres, Sesh, Guy Ansley, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Arian Booker, Kamal Luke, Steven, Mose Chaudhary, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibuyol, Putate, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, Lamar. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.